So here's the damage to the V9. The bulk of it is centered port side for the cockpit. This is where the V-bar was when it probably landed hard and crushed right there. And so from the top, you can see that, I don't know how you can make out in the video, but this is crushed here. And then down this side, pretty much looks like the shape of the V-bar roughly, right here. And then below, there's a crack going down here. And then obviously the seam was split for a significant distance going forward. I pulled off all the loose seam tape. So it goes pretty far forward, maybe a little farther than that. And then goes back past the cockpit to at least here. So a good 2/3 of the seam on the port side needs to be redone. And then there's also a little cracking here and some stress cracking here. It seems pretty firm, but it should probably be addressed with some injection maybe. And then in the cockpit, certainly at the rear of the cockpit, there's definitely a crack right here, and some stress cracking going back. I mean, that's pretty hard, but that's a definitely crack in the Kevlar there, and some cracking here, cracking going down. Again, this is all pretty firm, but it needs to be addressed. And then there's a crack kind of going along the top here. It's pretty firm, but you gotta do something about that. And then a crack down here. So this part of the cockpit probably got squished here. And then going back, it's not bad until we get to the stern. There seems to be damage to the seam here, and that's more obvious on this side where there's a crack right here going around. It's all pretty hard, but that seam would have to be redone all the way around probably the stern. Then going forward, we get to the spot where the V-bar was on the back side. This side didn't obviously hit as hard, but there is a crack in the seam here, so a section of that would have to be redone. There's just a little bit of cracking here, not too big a deal, and a little more on top. Again, it's hard, but probably need to get in there and see about fixing that. And then going forward, there really isn't too much this way. And then just on the bow, there's some other cosmetic stuff, but it's all pretty firm here. There's some dings here, but mostly cosmetic around here. The other thing is, if I roll it, you can hear pieces rolling around both fore and aft. I don't know if you can get that in the video, but there's chunks of stuff inside, and probably more problematic is if I shake it, I don't know if you can really make that out. It sounds to me that maybe a bulkhead came loose in the stern, which is unfortunate because if I'm gonna address that, I'd have to strategically cut a hole back here. Otherwise there's no real damage except for that bulkhead flopping around back there. I'd have to figure out where or how many bulkheads are back there and how I'd deal with that. Now, what's good, I guess, is that the bottom really didn't suffer any damage at all. So the bottom's good, other than just some, on a little towards the bottom there, and then this crack from the main damage coming down. But the bottom is not bad. So I don't know. It'd be a big job. But I don't know. Might as well give it a try.